Yes, Krish, we've been waiting, watching for someone to declare themselves. Really, this race has been going on already unofficially for a number of months. There have been feverish fundraising attempts and stump speeches at conferences. We know already there's going to be an extensive Republican lineup. The Democrats much less so, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. Ted Cruz, it was all about Ted Cruz today. This is a man who wants to dismantle the IRS, the American Tax Service, and undo the president's efforts to build universal health care here in the US. You called him a firebrand, Krish, appropriate enough, given that this morning in his declaration speech, he said what he wants to do is reignite the promise of America. Places, everyone. It may be 19 months before the vote, but already Conservative presidential contenders are striking up the band with the dream of being America's next great Republican leader.
Senator Ted Cruz.
The first to step up, the Tea Party evangelist with the daytime soap star hair, Ted Cruz, son of a Cuban exile, makes his pitch.
I believe in you. I believe in the power of millions of courageous conservatives rising up to reignite the promise of America. And that is why today I am announcing that I'm running for President of the United States.
He's only been in the Senate for 2 years, but the ultra-conservative Texan wants to be seen as the potential leader of a right-wing revolution to restore traditional values to America, protect the sacrament of marriage, the sanctity of human life, and guns.
Imagine a federal government that protects the right to keep and bear arms of all law-abiding Americans. Instead of a president who boycotts Prime Minister Netanyahu. Imagine a president who stands unapologetically with the nation of Israel.
We've sent a clear message.
Senator Cruz's campaign denounces President Obama's policies on Israel, Iran, and the Islamic State.
Ted Cruz for president.
But his apocalyptic assessments have proven both to inspire and terrify, particularly small children.
The whole world's on fire. Your world is on fire. But you know what? Your mommy's here, and everyone's here to make sure that the world you grow up in is even better.
Beyond Ted Cruz, possible Republican candidates range from the less conservative Chris Christie, Jeb Bush, and Marco Rubio to the libertarian Rand Paul, a Republican of every flavor.
I'm hoping we narrow down quickly so that we don't get so divided that there's not a chance of winning. Sometimes that happens when there's too many good candidates.
I'd like to see several candidates step forward and announce that they're interested in running. I'd be curious with Marco Rubio if he has any interest, and potentially Jeb Bush as well. So, yeah.
Ted's pretty characterful.
Yes. I think he's a little more, he doesn't ride the center line as much, and I think we need something that's a little more middle of the road.
Okay.
I think it does really kind of reflect what the Republican Party is going through at this time. More conservative all the way to the liberals.
That's just
Ted Cruz may be out in front, but he's not leading yet by any other measure. After all, in politics, it's not the start, but the big finish that counts. And it's likely now that we'll see a flurry of Republican declarations, but just over a mile from the Lincoln Memorial this morning, Hillary Clinton was giving a speech. Now, she hasn't declared either, but she has a completely different problem to the Republican candidates. She really is facing no serious competition, it would seem, at this stage, and her staffers are particularly fearful that if she is selected to be the Democratic contender, it will look like a coronation rather than an election.